everybody. Hello Lily Rose. How's everybody? Hope you're all okay and staying healthy. As you can see, I'm in my craft room, and today's video is going to be about hints and tips for card makers, beginners, and that. I'm going to go through a few different things, and I'm going to make a card while showing some of the hints and tips as well. I hope you can all hear me all right. Can you hear me? Morning, Caroline. Some of the hints and tips that I'm going to show with you and share with you, some of you may already know, but I'm particularly aiming this video at new crafters. I mean, there's a lot of new crafters out there, aren't there? So at the end of the video, if you've got any questions or if you've got your own hints and tips, leave them in the comments. Or I do believe from Emma said that there is a folder in the files that's got a list of hints and tips. Have a look there and add your own, or you know, just share. I mean, crafting's all about sharing, isn't it? And I do enjoy sharing. I don't profess to be what's the word I'm looking for, an expert. We all learn everything. Even I'm learning after 20 odd years of crafting. So I'm going to turn you so you're facing my craft mat. So bear with me while I get it into position, and then we'll make a start. Okay. So all right. I'm just going to. You can see. I just want to go through some housekeeping, really, and some kitchen foil. Actually, I always use kitchen foil. Well, I've started using it in the past 6 months. So what I use kitchen foil for is I've got 3 different, well, 4 really, but I haven't done anything with the 4th one. So first one is I want to go through cleaning your blades and your scissors. I've used in the past a number of different mediums. I've used baby wipes, I've used acetone, but the best is WD-40, and you get a nice little nozzle, a nice little, it looks like a straw, to be honest. And all I do, oh, it did work yesterday. There we go. I'm putting it in the wrong place. There we go. And all I do is just do a squirt, and it runs down the blade of my, and then I just cut it, and that cleans my blade. Because when you're, you know, there is some times that you do get residue on, and then to hide this, well, to get rid of the smell, I just clean it with a baby wipe. I do the same with my scissors as well. This is my scissors that I use to cut my double-sided tape, and this is my scissors for doing cutting out my images, or when I'm decoupaging, etc. So that's that. Oh, hold on. I use kitchen foil. I'm just going to fold it in half to sharpen my blades, and it really does sharpen them. And I just kind of, what I do is I just work my way up my guillotine. You can use them on your scissors as well. They're really good. So that's one way of using your kitchen foil. Another is when I'm creating backgrounds. So I've got a background and I'm using paint. I have got a glass mat, but sometimes if you know and you're drying your and it dries, it's murder to get off your glass mat. So I use my kitchen, I use the kitchen foil, and I just want to show you, I use craft sponges are really expensive, I found, so I just get, you know, the common garden sponge that you use in your kitchen or your bathroom, and I cut it, and I use both sides because this produces a nice texture, and I'm just going to show you what I do. So I'm going to cut it in half again. And I'm going to put some paint on. I'm not going to do the whole background, but I just want to show you the different textures. So using the green side, the rough surface that you scour, as you can see, you get some nice texture. Can you see? And then if you use the smooth side, you can fill, but you're still getting a texture. The other thing that I like to do as well, I scrunch my cling film up, not cling film, kitchen foil. I do keep calling it, and I create nice texture in the cling film, and this gives another effect. So that's 3. Another thing you could use the kitchen foil is if you want something metallic, you can use the kitchen foil onto a piece of card, glue it, let it, you know, dry and set, and you can emboss, and then you can use your alcohol markers, your acrylic paints, whichever, to create, you know, something, a different background, especially in steampunk, where it's brilliant for steampunk projects. So that's my cling film, so I'm going to put that to one side, and that's the background. Another thing I want to talk about is, I hate these tops. They drive me insane. They always pop off, and then the glue inside dries, and it takes you forever to try to undo it. So what I do is I get a piece of blue tack, and that obviously doesn't come off, but it doesn't get in the way while you're gluing, especially with it having a fine knob. This always gets in the way. I've not actually taken this off yet, so that's another tip. Onto matting and layering. When I first started making cards, I used to use wet glue, and it used to buckle my cards, and it drove me insane. So I only ever use double-sided tape. Before I mat and layer, I always measure my card, and then I always go down in 4mm increments for the layers. So as you can see, and that's just to, you know, as a reminder for when I'm doing my cards, and that is a good because then when you want to mat and layer, and you go to do the matting and layering, you have to keep going back and forth measuring. So what I just write on it what I want to do. I've already matted and layered the black card on, and this is a background that I created before with the same technique that I used, and then I've embossed it. Not sure if you can see the embossing, and then I've dry brushed with gold wax, and I put double-sided tape on 4 sides, and I don't take it off fully. I just pull it back part way so that I can I've still got this sticky once I'm happy. That's that. And I've got to decide which way I want it, with it being square. And then I just hover it over, making sure that it's where I want it to be. And I'm happy with that. Keeping my hand on, I just pull back, and there I've got my matting layer. With being in lockdown and that, you can't always get to the shops, can you, to get foam pads, and I've started to use actually cardboard. We always get cardboard boxes and that, and I use cardboard to get dimension on my images. And all I do is, let's see if this will work. All I do is I want to cut that in half. I'm sorry, I can't see any comments coming up, so I've actually got my iPhone working as well, and I can't see any comments, so if I'll answer them at the end. I'm not being rude. But hello to everybody who's arrived. I hope you're all well. So that's what I'm going to do. All I'm going to do is just, she says, hopefully. I did try before I started the video that it worked. Mind you, there's hardly anything left in this. Hold on. I don't know why I'm so nervous. It's nerve-wracking, isn't it? Right, I just want it on one of them, and then I'm going to just place that on there. Place that on there. Place that in the top corner. And as you can see, it's got the dimension. And I don't really need to, I've just shaped that one. So all I really need to do is just add some glue. That, and just place that on there like that. So as you can see, got the dimension. I need to wait for that to dry. I might add a little bit touch to there. There we go. So I've got the dimension. When adding your sentiments, they can be you know, your die cut sentiments, they can be quite hard to add glue to them unless you use double-sided adhesive and cut them out. It's very difficult. So what I use is, I know there are things on the market to add glue to fiddly bits like that. But if you haven't got any, the next best thing is either, I don't know if you call them Q-tips or cotton wool. So what I do is I put a blob on my mat, she says. I think this is added now. Okay. I pick it up off my Q-tip and I just run it around, run it across. I want the happy birthday to go there. And I always use a kitchen roll to just make sure it's stuck, but also to take any excess off. So I'll do the same with the birthday. And just roll it along. Use my tweezers and do that there like that. There we go. So that's that. Put that lid back on there, but I think that glue's finished now. So that needs a butterfly, and if you haven't got any butterflies in the house, I've done a double bow, and I'm going to use these as the antenna and do that as a butterfly. So that's going to be my butterfly, and I'm just going to pop the butterfly there. And then I found this in my stash, and I'm just going to take this off. I'm going to place it up and just have it going down. It's a bit too much there, so I can just snip it off. And they're the butterfly trails. I think that is all the hints and tips for today. So I hope it helps you in some way. I will keep that because it'll come in handy for something else. We never throw anything away. Yes, you can, Emma, you can use the foam stuff that get packing as foam pad. I hope you've enjoyed these hints and tips, and this seems very simple, and I hope that they've helped you in any way, or will help you in any way when you're card making. Thank you so much for watching. And as I said, Emma did say that there was a folder in the files for hints and tips, so if you've got any, add them in. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all again real soon. Bye bye for now.